Hello everyone, welcome to AC Gaming channel. On this channel, I will be passing my favorite games and showing you the best how I do it. So, the decision's been made to start from this incredible game called Baldur's Gate Steam version Enhanced Edition. I grew up personally on this game, so many of you too. So, this will be the very in details walkthrough. I will show you every single secret I know and pass this knowledge to you. I'm more than sure many of you know Baldur's Gate game, but it's always interesting to see how other people pass it, isn't it? So let us start our great journey of Child of Val. Those of you who don't know who Child of Val is, I will explain everything in time, so there are no worries at all. Because D&D, which is Dungeons and Dragons, is all about the knowledge. It's a very big franchise, and that's why I wouldn't be able to tell you even briefly on the very first video. So what we will do, we will start the character for our journey, start creating character, I mean. So we click on New Game, and here is the screen where you will go step by step of creating your main character. And the description screen, especially if you are a novice, I strictly recommend to read everything. Answering the question, will it be enough to pass Baldur's Gate game just once to understand it in full? I will give you my honest answer, guys. No, it is not. Baldur's Gate and Dungeons and Dragons in general, it's so much in detail. So it's a lot to know, and it's a lot to learn. But we wouldn't go too far, so we will go step by step, and here is the character creation as a start. So you select your character. I was thinking who to create, which class and race to for you to show, and I just made a simple decision. I will just create the one who was in the book, which is human fighter by the name of Abdeladrian. Many of you know about. Those who don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as that is time. Let us start. We create a human fighter. I think that's what we do. Or you can import your own photo if you want to. It's up to you. I did it a few times, but we'll just start. Race, obviously human, so there are also, you can choose elf, half-elf, dwarf, halfling, gnome, half-orc, and all the description of every single race on the screen next to you. Right, so yeah, here you can read about the advantages of the race and obviously disadvantages. For example, gnome is very good for using magic and creating a thief. The best thief, in my opinion, would be halfling. You can read everything what is written here, and it will explain you why. Dwarf obviously is the best fighter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Half-elves are best for multi-class in second edition. Yeah, this is based on Advanced Dungeons and Dragons edition, second edition role-playing system. Elf is the best archer or a sorcerer, you will ask me, but human is just good for anything plus dual classing if you prefer to play it that way. But as I said, I will explain everything at the time. Plus, you have many classes, every single class available if you play for a human. So we will just a fighter. Yes. You can't survive without a fighter. So, talking about fighter, now you can see the screen of subclasses. Apart from selecting a classic fighter, you got Berserker, you got Wizard Player, you got Kensai, and you got Barbarian. These two I would never select if you ask me, guys, because if you can read disadvantages compared to advantages, well, it's up to you. I wouldn't play these two. This one can not wear any armor. Excuse me, that's a joke. Fighter without wearing any armor, well. But there are also advantages for them. You can read about up and below. Berserker is the best fighter in my opinion, because disadvantages are very minor compared to the advantages, but we will choose just a classic fighter. Let's do it! Because Abdeladrian by the book, as far as I remember, I read the book long time ago. If you guys know better, please leave the comments below this video. I think he was rather chaotic good or neutral good. My favorite from goodies will be neutral good, so we'll choose that. Definitely not neutral or especially evil, but you can play for whichever enlightened race and class. So let's go further. Further we have abilities. In here, ladies and gentlemen, I would strictly recommend to pay attention on this total roll. The more, the better. If you are a human fighter, I would keep rerolling. Yeah, reroll. You can reroll as many times as you want. So the bigger number you got here, the better. But you wouldn't jump higher than 94 if my memory is not failing me. 92, 94 will be maximum. So it's worth, pardon me, it's worth re-rolling until you will get at least close to it. 70 something I wouldn't even look at. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. And later on, after we'll get a good number, I will explain you briefly what statistics mean. You get strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. 84 is a good number, we store that, so we have option recall that number if we will be tired of rerolling. So 84, if we can reroll on higher, that's better. Yeah, obviously, this game, as I said before, is based on Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition. Of course, those of you who play table gaming, especially on 2nd edition, the Dungeon Master, Game Master, Dungeon Master, DM, yeah, if you be short, would not allow you to reroll for as many times as you want because it will take a long time to do and the time is limited. So, but because we play a PC game, which makes our life easier. So we keep rerolling, rerolling, rerolling. Your eyes are tired, have a break. If you will play at home, on your own, or at work, whatever you prefer. So just make sure you have a good number for whichever class and race you play for. Sometimes it's really hard to get even 85 for some races and classes. Why, I will explain you in another videos in more detail. So for now we just want to create a character and start our long journey. Yes guys, we will pass this game. Oh, that's a good number. We'll pass this game together. I will be uploading video very often and explaining every single bit of that game because I played this game for over 20 years and trust me, the knowledge maybe, if not the best, but definitely not the worst. I hope you will enjoy watching me passing this incredible game. If you know nothing about this game, then that channel is for you. I will try my best to get you into D&D and in particular PC games based on Dungeons and Dragons role-playing system. So last number we had was 86, right? So let's keep rolling. I wouldn't do it for too long, not to annoy you, but let's try our chance. Let's try, because it's very important to make a character with good statistics, which one I will explain you just a bit. For as soon as we'll have a good number. Keep clicking reroll, 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 and reroll until you are happy. Those of you who know this game well know perfectly what I mean. Those of you who are novices, obviously just watch what I'm doing and I will explain everything at that time. Yeah, no chances yet, so just another minute, maybe less. 2, we have 86, yeah? 4. If only we could get 90 at least. That would be fantastic. Yeah, later on in the game, there will be books increasing each characteristic on +1 permanently, and wisdom on +3. Yes. So if you play for a druid or a cleric, those of you who know this game well as me, you know perfectly what I'm talking about. Right. Just a few more seconds. Yeah, it takes time to... Yes. Okay, let's stop on 87. Right, so the most important for a fighter is strength, as it says here, yeah, and constitution. Obviously dexterity as well, of course, but most important for a thief, but for anyone who wants to have a good protection. So we don't need to be very wise, very intelligent or charismatic. Oh, that's not too bad. We just need to be, yeah, something like that. So for a fighter, paladin, or a ranger, 80/number. What does that mean? The best way is to look at the tables where there is a description in the manual about every single statistic. So the more number after slash is the better, but the best will be 00, of course. That means 100. 01, 05 is the worst in terms of 18/number, yeah? So 18/60 is not too bad. Right, so we got 3 left. Yeah, let's charisma, wisdom. Yeah, so that's done. That's our stats done. So strength, dexterity, intelligence, character. So for a fighter, first 3 are the most important. The most important, because we are creating a melee fighter, especially. So on next videos, I will explain you in more details what each statistic means and what for and for which class. But we leave it for now. Skills. So these are your weapon skills. Your weapon skills start from, let's say, from proficient 1 slot and up to grand mastery 5 slots. But that's later in the level. Now, I wouldn't pick the long sword because we will have a character who will accompany us for the whole game. He will be using the long sword. We will use a little bit of spoil bastard sword. In the first game, you wouldn't find any good ones. Apart from +1. I know novices got no idea what I'm talking about, but don't worry about it. I will explain you in later videos what it means. But for those of you guys who know D&D and Baldur's Gate in particular, you know well what I mean. Especially when you pass the game as well as me. So, Bastard Sword, I wouldn't recommend to pick, because in the first Baldur's Gate game, you wouldn't find anything better than +1 or +1 and +3 against shapeshifters. You know where to get that sword, I'm sure. If you want to pick up X, I would choose a dwarf, seriously, because they got bonuses for axes, same as elves for long swords and long bows. Prefer to play for an archer. That's one of the amazing subclasses for a ranger, but we'll talk about it later. So I would choose two-hander. Yep, you can't go more than 2 on level 1 character, but that gives us specialized 2 slots. Yeah, that gives us pretty good bonus, because I have the feeling, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, I have the funny feeling Abdeladrian used the two-hander. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong. So I'm not pretending to be a D&D guru or no, the person who knows everything, not at all. Right, we got 2 more proficiency slots. And if I got two-handed sword, of course I would choose a two-handed weapon style. So we have 2 on level 1, plus later on we can add another 3rd one. Oh no, we can't. Or we can. No, we can't. I think that's it. Well, in this game at least. Maybe in Baldur's Gate 2 there will be more options, yeah, if I remember correctly. So -2 bonus to speed factor. That's amazing. -2, guys, in second edition. In many, if we talk about the system, D&D system, the less the better. As well, I will explain it to you later when the time comes, don't worry. Those of you guys who know what I'm talking about perfectly understand. Right, let's go further. These are our weapon proficiencies. So we got two-handed sword on 2 pluses and two-handed weapon style 2 pluses. That's very good for a melee fighter with a two-hander. In first game, there will be good two-handers later on. Appearance. So basically, you can change your hair color for whichever you like. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything here, but you just slide that to the left or right. See how it is. I will show it to you later on. Normally, I'm happy with everything what the figure of our main character shows. Yeah, with the clothes, major and minor clothing, and hair and skin. I'm more than happy with that, but you can experiment, guys, however you want. Right, that's done here. Next is voice. So, default voice sounds like that.
I feel this is my rightful place. I will require rest soon. I should be more productive with my time.
Yep, that's the default voice for a male character. But you can choose that one.
To you all!
Or even that one.
Your life ends here.
Or you can choose streetwise.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
If I would play a bard or a thief, chaotic neutral, I would choose that voice. Write in the comments, guys, if you agree with me or not. Aggressive, obviously.
You got this coming!
Yep. If you're a mage, I would choose that.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
Well, of course. I am the obvious choice.
Yeah, or a brute.
Get over here! Right then, I'm in charge.
Or if you want to be commanding.
Feel my power!
Oh, we know who that actor is. Those guys who are into Baldur's Gate and D&D definitely know whose voice
Do
that
as
is.
I say, and I'll see you through the trials that await.
I can't remember the actor's name, but he's originally from Manchester. If you guys didn't know, but he made his career in the United States of America.
For justice!
We'll use default.
Onward!
I prefer default voice. Right. And we name our character, which is Abdeladrian. Yeah, exactly how it is by the book. Right, we're done. The next weekly, you can create a party if you want to. It's up to you. Yeah, you can create the whole party of another 5 characters if you want to, but I wouldn't. I would prefer to play it more atmospheric and how it was according to the book. Not necessarily, of course, that's why the game is. Play however you want. It's all of your choice the game can give you. Right, after that we choose the difficulty level. And here I want to give you a few words. So I always play, if I want classic D&D rules, to choose the core rules. If its core rules are a bit difficult to you, I would choose normal. If you guys are novices, you can choose story mode. I never tried myself, honestly. But for a friend of mine, she decided to choose easy. And I was helping, showing her the game. Oh my god, that was such a child's play after playing on my favorite difficulty levels are these two. Sometimes I try my chances here, but never here. Never Legacy of... If you're a suicider, or if you are a mastermind of D&D Baldur's Gate game, and any of you passed the game on Legacy of Baal difficulty level, excuse me, guys, please write in the comments. I would love to meet you at least online, because that's really impressive. I was playing once for a fighter, and on this difficulty level, rats in the warehouse in Candlekeep. Rip me to pieces. Yep, I'm not joking. So, my favorite difficulty levels, sometimes insane, very hard for me, I wouldn't lie. Normally hard, or for you, I will choose the classic 4 rules level. And we venture forth. Let's listen to the first couple.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
So, this is where our great story begins. On the next video, I will show you how to play and what the best to do, how to do things best. If you don't know, those of you guys who know, please have patience. This game is also for novices who want to get into Baldur's Gate and D&D in general. So I will be telling many things that you perfectly know in details for novices especially. So on this moment, I will say goodbye to you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. I will be posting videos for you guys explaining how to do things best, and I'll be telling you and passing you all the knowledge about this game that I gained for many years. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, and goodbye.